So good morning all, and thank you Anurag, a good friend of mine, and BW Business World for having me here today on this topic. And this is pretty dear to me. So let me begin with a little bit of a story. And as a business leader, I meet a lot of people in these kind of gatherings, and often I ask a very intriguing question, what's the purpose of your business, right? And most often you start thinking. And when you're talking to senior business leaders, I think most often I've seen 40 to 45% saying we are here for driving growth, we are here for driving revenues, profits, and so on, right? And maybe some silence in the room as well. I asked the same question to a bunch of students who have never been in corporations. I was in a NITE campus recently, and there were some 300 students, and I asked them the same question. What do you think organizations exist for? Very different answers, Very few said growth, profits. Most of them started talking about, we are here to do something for the environment. We are here for sustainable practices. We are here for CSR, for example. So I think I cannot but disagree that the new generation that's evolving is a lot more conscious about the environment. So it's not just about making profits, it's a lot more beyond that, right? So businesses has shaped the world in pursuit of profits and growth with an apparent disregard to the consequences other than the financial ones. So the process of value creation has been extraordinarily successful in creating wealth, and I forget your name. Subhojit talked about wealth, right? Who doesn't need money? But I think it's about wealth is needed. You need to satisfy your customers, and today, if you see, the world's fortune is at its peak. Its economy has never been as highly valued as it is today. So by some measures, the model can be considered as a success, but the question is at what cost? It's increasingly evident that the focus on profitability has led to the neglect of two other dimensions. One is the environment, and second one is the fabric of society. So we are rapidly losing species and natural areas. Income inequality is on the rise, with the latest figures showing a historic high. The world is getting richer, but its wealth is not being properly distributed. So a successful company is no longer one that just makes money. A financial return is a necessary condition, but it is not just sufficient. Dividends will keep shareholders happy, but what about the other stakeholders that we have? We have to remember that that a company is not just a balance sheet. It's also customers, local and global communities, and society, and the natural environment that we live in. So there is a need for change, and change begins with us. We need to do it right now. True sustainability will be only assured if there is a proper investment return in the three dimensions of business, that is financial, social, and environment. So let me tell you a little bit about what Randstad is, and I had the pleasure to meet a few of you who are already some of our clients. So we are in the people business. We are the largest HR services company in the world. We operate in 39 countries. We put 700,000 people to work every day across the globe. In India, we have about 70,000 people who work for our clients. So we are into staffing solutions, be it permanent, temporary, freelance, gig. So we do all sorts of support to our clients, right? And our mission is to be the world's most equitable and specialized talent company. Now, what does equity mean? Equity means ensuring that, we support the ED and IB initiatives, which is into, we look at diversity, people with disabilities, people from the LGBTQ community, provide them an equitable environment to work. And that's important because, again, that's something which is, again, linked to sustainable growth of organizations. And why are we doing this? It's because talent is scarce, right? We can boast of 1.4 billion people. When you are looking at people who are job ready, who are fit for that particular role, you always see talent is scarce, right? So we got to ensure that everybody is included and they are able to kind of, support organizations in the right way. The second thing is about specialization, right? Who doesn't require specialization? If you go to a hospital, you are always looking for, okay, I need a cardiologist or I need a neurologist, right? So in our processes in recruitment, we also specialize in verticals and within verticals, skill buckets, right? So we are organized based on so that we can provide the expert advice to our clients to be a destination of choice for them when they look for talent, right? So that's nutshell about Randstad. Now, we strive to create not only a better world of work, but also a better world for all the citizens who live in it. That's why we are more committed than ever in collaborating with the global stakeholders to advance the agenda for the UN Sustainability Development Goals. As the largest talent company, we are focused in advancing 5 out of the 17 SDGs for which we are best positioned to effect the change. SDG 4 talks about quality education, right? So if you need talent, you need to have quality education. And some of the things that we are doing is we have partnered with UNICEF to actually upskill 20,000 people in rural India today, and we expect that at least 10% of them, we will be able to place them with our clients. So that's, and education is important at all levels. It's not just entry level. So we have a Randstad Skilling Academy, which provides skilling, reskilling, and upskilling opportunities. So we take that responsibility on behalf of our clients and execute that. Next one is SDG 5, gender equality. So I talked about the talent and the scarcity that we are seeing. So it's important that we make sure that we focus on diversity. Women Forward is a big resource group, employee resource group in Randstad. We have 70% women who work for us in India, and globally, about 47% of the women are in senior management. So these are metrics that we drive, not just for ourselves, but also we support our clients in diversity hiring, and also try and see why women cannot fit into those stereotypical roles like sales or service, so we really support our clients on the diversity hiring. SDG 8, it talks about decent work and economic growth. So what is decent work? Especially after COVID, working hybrid, working from home, I think work needs to be meaningful. So our tagline is we offer talent work that feels good. And that feeling is a very important word, right? You really need to be valued in your work. You really need to be doing something which is meaningful. And with the new Gen Zs and millennials, I think you need to be extremely flexible. So the management style has to be different. They don't like to be locked for 9 hours in a 9 to 5 job. So they have career aspirations that need to be met. It's also about the workplace and the environment that we can provide for our people. That becomes important. SDG 10 is about reducing inequalities, and I talked about it. So we are actually proud to have, be the top 50 in the top 50 workplaces for women. And we are also Great Place to Work certified for 4 years. We are in the top 100. Right now we have a program called Randstad for All, and we are actually going to employ about 12 people from the LGBTQ community in different roles within the company. And it's going to happen as early as next week. And that's an example to provide equal opportunities, reduce all the inequalities, and make the society a lot better. And then the last one is SDG 13. It's about climate change. So taking significant steps towards reducing our waste and carbon footprint. We recently hosted an auction, where employees were able to bring in their most loved possessions and auction it at the workplace, and the funds went to an association called Grow Trees. And we also take initiatives. About maybe a couple of years ago, we planted a tree in one of the, I think it was in Gujarat and Tamil Nadu, for every candidate who had made a placement. So I think it was about 700,000 trees we could place, in that region. So these are some of the initiatives. We also look for no plastic, a lot of trainings, within the company in terms of how to manage waste, and also make energy consumption sustainable. So these are some practices which we follow in our own organization. Now, people, profit, planet, I touched on everything. I think this was an initiative which I kick-started in 2021 in July, when I was promoted as the CEO. So I'm a finance background. I was the CFO for the company. And when I took a job, I thought about, we always talk about EBITDA profits and what takes people. There is always this probing question, what is in it for me, right? So to answer that, I think, we came up with a triple bottom line approach. We need profits, we need growth, which is great. I think we got to continue to do that, but we need profits to reinvest in people, right? So the people became the first pillar, and a lot of initiatives around people, their development, how do we celebrate them, all that came to the fore. And then the planet, we always think that we need to live this world as either in the same or a better place for the future generations. So that's extremely important. And I have initiatives which are like a CEO for a day, so where our best talent who overachieve get a chance to shadow me for a day. And we do that every fortnight. So we have about 30 odd people who support me, and they work on this theme of people, profit, planet, come up with ideas, and these ideas are reviewed in a town hall, and the best ideas actually get voted, and we actually fund them for implementation, right? So that's a great way to also build a culture where people understand sustainability. So yeah, and in today's world, I think it's all about digital technologies, right? So a lot of things are happening digital. When I look at our own business, everything is driven by an app. Whether you do recruitment, you have AIs which are actually supporting getting the best talent, the best match for that profile. So as we do that, the threat of climate change has actually pushed companies to embrace more sustainable future, with an increasing number of companies announcing their commitment to ESG and sustainability. But these commitments need to be supported with concrete actions, and there are growing calls to leverage digital technologies towards a better and greener future. Bringing digital technologies and sustainability together definitely makes logical sense. Each stride of technology advancement should serve as an incremental move towards enhancing the quality of life of people. However, in this ongoing journey, it's crucial to recognize that every technological leap carries a weighty responsibility towards both society and our planet. And the responsibility is what we refer to as digital sustainability. And then the last thing I want to talk about is sustainability in social equality, right? There is also this global commitment of achieving net zero emissions, which is a vital endeavor aimed at restoring balance between greenhouse gas emissions and removals. Now, integrating inclusion, justice, and equity into the very essence of our sustainability plans can unlock transformative outcomes that go beyond the confines of traditional sustainable goals. So in order to do that, embracing a diversity of viewpoints stimulates innovation, helps us to uncover some of the blind spots that we have, and fosters a sense of shared ownership and responsibility. So I think, in conclusion, I would want to end with a couple of quotes, but I'm a big fan of Jim Collins, and I'm sure many of you would have read his book, Good to Great, right? So if you flip the cover, the first page has this tag which says, good is the enemy of great, right? So I know that we do a lot of good work on sustainability. I think that needs to become greater. Greatness is something which can happen only if we all make an individual commitment through ourselves and through our organizations to get this world better. I love these two quotes, so I want to read it out. The mystery of human existence lies not in just staying alive, but in finding something to live for, right? So, and then the second one, we do not inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children, right? So thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to be with you all today.